with studios in Midland and Odessa. You're watching First Alert 7 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us here at noon. I'm Lauren Munt, filling in for Jacob Brandenburg. We're going to start today tracking crime, where a man has been arrested for kidnapping and assault after a standoff with the Midland Police Department that happened last night. According to MPD, this all happened in the 1500 block of Garden Lane. They were called around 11:30 about a reported domestic disturbance. Officers report that they got information that the suspect, who was later identified as 29-year-old Jesus Marquez, had assaulted a woman who was able to run away from her home. It was then that Marquez chased her down and forcibly took her back to that home. Police say they tried to make contact with Marquez, but he refused to come outside. That's when MPD requested the tactical unit and got a search warrant. Now, we initially told you this all started around 11:30. The tactical unit got into the home just after 3:30 a.m., so this incident went on for about 4 hours. And MPD was able to arrest Marquez and get the police out of the house. He's now behind bars and facing kidnapping charges, as well as an assault causing bodily injury. This does remain an ongoing investigation. Continuing to talk crime in Odessa now. Police are searching for a suspect who shot a 26-year-old early Saturday morning. That was at the Southgate Apartments. That victim was taken to the hospital where they're being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. And at this time, no arrests have been made. So if you have any information on this case, you can call Odessa Crime Stoppers at 432-333-TIES. And this man, Gilbert Hernandez Perez, is facing manslaughter charges after a crash in Midland that happened Saturday morning. Let's break down what happened leading up to this arrest. MPD states that they were called to an accident at the intersection of North Midland Drive and West Wadley Avenue around 12:45 a.m. Officers then state that a Jeep Wrangler was stopped at the intersection at a red light when it was hit from behind by a Ford F-250. The driver of the Jeep, who was identified today as 32-year-old Chloe Whitehead, died at the scene. Perez has been charged with intoxication manslaughter, which is a second-degree felony. This is also an ongoing investigation. And 2 people are dead after a crash on Friday night in Ector County. According to Texas DPS, a 2019 Chevrolet 2500 was driving southbound on Knox Avenue around 9:45. During this time, a 2012 GMC Yukon was going westbound on FM 2020. DPS states that the Chevrolet ignored a stop sign at the intersection of West University and was hit by the Yukon. The driver of the Chevrolet and the passenger were both pronounced dead at the scene. 4 other people were injured as well, and 3 of them were children. DPS says that this crash also remains under investigation. And across the state, if you have plans to go to the DMV today, well, you might be walking out with a new license. Take a look. The Texas Department of Public Safety has issued this new driver's license design. Texas's new cards are made of tamper-resistant polycarbonate material that is difficult to reproduce and compliant with the American Association of Motor Vehicles Administrators standards. Now, instead of a gold star at the top, these new cards now feature a black laser-engraved star in the upper right corner to indicate real ID compliance. The new cards also reorganize personal information in a more clear and easy-to-read format for identification and verification purposes. DPS officers believe that these new cards will be more difficult for criminals to produce counterfeit. But no worries if you have the old design. Those are still valid until their expiration date. We're going to take a quick pause with your news headlines and talk your weather forecast. Meteorologist Sawyer McElroy joining us now to talk about what we should expect this week, Sawyer.
Yeah, we are going to see some storm chances as we continue throughout the week, and temperatures overall not too bad. Here's a look at those temperatures currently sitting in the 80s and 90s across the region. 91 in Midland currently.